And we're back. So often people are talking about their new experiences because of COVID-19 and the pandemic and working from home. I'm still working from home. But of course, many people who are doing so are starting to worry about security elements, at least the companies are. So we've got one person we want to introduce you to. Joe Pilliod is going to be with us today to talk about GarrisonPro. And I feel like cybersecurity is something that's a term, of course, I know about, but I sometimes don't know how to protect myself. So I'm really glad you're here today. Again, welcome to the show, but tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and then kind of launch into how you can help our viewers.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you, Natalie. Glad to be here on the show. So my background is in the Department of Defense and the Air Force. Spent 6 years in the Air Force, Connecticut Air National Guard, and came down here to MacDill Air Force Base, spent some time in defense contracting. In 2017, I started GarrisonPro because I wanted to take all of that experience and bring it over into the corporate world to help businesses working from home, people working remotely, and children remote learning at home with everything going on right now with COVID-19.
I mean, it really is one of those things where I know my company will send emails about things that I need to download to make sure my computer's staying safe, but to say I really understand it or what I'm doing, I don't at all. So what steps can people take because of this pandemic or working from home, e-learning, like you mentioned, to know that they are protected?
That's a really good question. Some of the statistics are sobering when it comes to cybersecurity. Right now, since the beginning of COVID-19, we've seen a 667% increase in instances of phishing emails and phony texts. We see 1 in 13, roughly, web requests going to malware-related sites. Also, 92% of all emails of all data breaches and malware infections actually stem from email problems or email phishing attempts, where someone has their credentials compromised. So when we're talking about working from home or having children using remote learning platforms and how we can stay safe using these devices in a different environment and probably a much different way than we used to in the past, what it really comes down to is a couple key basics. You want to make sure that you keep your personal and your work devices separated. So if you have a computer that you're using for work, to work from home, maybe don't let your children use that specific computer to do their remote learning. Likewise, if you have a laptop that a child might be using for remote learning, maybe don't use that one to check your work email real quickly. Keeping the personal and work side of things and school side of things separated is very helpful when it comes to separating your security out a little bit. Also, pay close attention to emails that you get. Right now, we're seeing a large increase in phony emails coming from what purport to be a children's school, for example. You might get an email that says, your child has been enrolled in the following class or remote learning platform. Please click here to put in your information and find out more. You can do a couple things with those types of links. First of all, just be aware. If you're not expecting something like that to come from your child's school, keep that in mind. Reach out to the school, verify whether or not that's actually something you should be receiving, actually something that your child is enrolled in. And if you are going to go and utilize that link to try to find out more information, copy and paste it into the toolbar and go there in your browser so that you don't fall prey to fake URL attempts.
Joe, I'm just sitting here thinking about like all the spam emails I get on a regular basis, and it seems like things are getting worse. So how does GarrisonPro work if we are in a place where we're like, okay, this is getting worse, it's bound to happen to me sometime if it hasn't already? How can you help?
So the way we help is in a couple different formats. First of all, we keep things from getting to you in the first place. So when it comes to cybersecurity, a lot of the, it's the old adage, right? An ounce of prevention is worth a pound of cure. So we keep things from getting to you in the first place. We keep the spam emails, the phishing emails from reaching your people working remotely, reaching your children by filtering out the spam at its source. We keep it from getting to your inbox. Also, when you're talking about safety from the perspective of, let's say someone does click on a link, something incorrectly, and it goes to load up software, we have a multi-layered defense that is going to shut down that attack at certain levels before it actually causes you problems. And by having that multi-layered defense, you can detect things before they become a deeper issue, and you can stop them before they become a deeper issue.
Again, and the key I like, then I don't have to worry about it because
Absolutely
we know
right.
we're being protected. GarrisonPro.com. There's the website. Joe, it really was nice meeting you today.
Thank you very much. Absolutely. Nice to meet you as well. And if any of you have any questions, anything that I haven't covered today, please do reach out, give us a call, or send us an email. We'd be happy to answer any questions you might have. Thank you for your time.
Great, great. Glad you threw that out. Thank you again.
Absolutely. Thank you.